Okay, so we're going to go through some basic editing. Remember earlier I told you it's best to record your whole presentation, and then if you need to do some basic editing, it's a lot easier than grabbing all the different clips, finding all your different clips and butting them together. Very time consuming. So what I've got here is I've got a little piece of footage that was basically I made a few mistakes. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to butt them all together and show you how all that works, so you understand that. This is not a how to edit module, really. It's just about showing you how that one piece of footage is easier to chop up than a whole lot of little clips. Right, so let's go. So here we are.
Tilted down slightly, but always remember looking at...
So I've just got to find the place. It's coming up after this. So I'm going to find the place where I'm going to edit. I'll go forward a bit. Just finishing this one. And that's it. So this is the part. And I'm looking down, so I'm just going to place an
Don't
input.
have a glass of coffee. Another...
See, made a few mistakes, so I'm just waiting.
Another tip is don't have a glass of coffee.
Input there.
Another tip is don't have a glass of coffee before you...
Just fast forward to the next place where I make a mistake. So that's that. I'll lay that down on my timeline here, down here on the left, and I'll play with that a bit later on. And then go through to the next part.
Before you see, have a glass of water.
Wait till the next part. In point.
If you have a big presentation or if you have an important presentation, it's a good idea.
Okay, so this is where I know that it's okay, so I'll put an in point there.
Another thing is get enough sleep. If it's a big presentation, you want 1 or 2.
So I'm just going to wait till this part ends, and I'll drag that down onto the timeline down here. And as you can see, we're building the piece. Just cutting these parts together, the good parts together. There we go. Laying that one down on the timeline there, down on the left. So we've got 2 segments now. Going back up.
You just get a lot of rest before you do your presentations.
Seeing if that one works.
Your face isn't droopy and all that sort of thing. So make sure you just get a lot of rest before you do your presentations.
Okay, find my next part. I think this is the final part. So I'm just looking at the script, getting it in my head, and then delivering to camera. This is corporate presenting on the fly, so there's no teleprompter. This is for people that want to just try and remember little chunks or ad-lib a presentation. Here's the next part.
And the drilling starts.
The drilling was starting outside my office. So you can sort of see what's happening here. I'm just going to grab another bit. I was changing focus. I'll just grab a little piece here so you can see.
When looking at the camera, you've got to make sure that your head's tilted slightly forward, okay? That grid we spoke about before.
So you can see what's happening there. So I've just laid those 3 parts down here on the left, say 30 seconds of footage, and then as you play them through.
Glass of coffee before you start speaking. It can affect your throat and your tone. Have a glass of water. Water is your friend.
I'm going to trim that bit off before
water
I
is your friend. Glass of water.
Glass of water.
Have a glass of water.
I'll just trim that there so you can see I'm just go like that. So then that reads.
Throat and your tone. Have a glass of water. Another thing is
tiny bit of a gap there, so I'm just going to trim that a bit.
Have a glass of water. Another thing is get enough sleep. If it's a your presentations.
And then I'll just trim that tiny.
Do your presentations. When looking at the camera, you've got to.
So that's 3 pieces, and then you just might put a top and a tail, a graphic or something, before and after your speech, which you can just grab from. I'll just grab it from here, and then at the end there, a little something there. Corporate presenting on the fly.
Before.
And there you go, and then you might put one there. This is where we offer the editing support, so I can do this for you if you want. Top and tail, chop up your segment, It's all part of the subscription. And there you go, there's a basic quick cut